So what I wanted to do in today's video is take you through a piece of equipment I've been using a decent bit and actually was kindly sent down to review by Carbon Collective. They didn't ask me to make this video, however I have had a lot of requests on it, so I wanted to make a dedicated video on it to kind of take you through it a little bit more, show you what you get included, a few shots of it in use and some general information if you are looking for a cordless mini machine polisher. So I'm going to start off by taking you through everything that you get in this kit. Now Carbon Collective do offer a few different packages available that come with some of the polishing pads and some don't come with them. So just keep an eye on which one you're actually purchasing, but this is the one that I have at least. So here is the actual machine itself. So it's a really nice design, it does look pretty cool. And the machine itself does feel really nice and solid. I'll show you what else actually comes included and then I'll go through that in a little bit more detail. So it does also come with 2 batteries, which is really handy. Now, the only thing that I'll say about the batteries is, although the battery life is generally pretty good, I was getting about sort of 30 to 40 minutes out of these on speed 3. I will say that it basically doesn't give you loads of indication as to how much battery there's left. On mine, it was showing up that it had full battery and then it'd die out. I'd charge it back up again and it would be fine. So just something to keep in mind. If you are doing a job, then I would basically have one on charge and one obviously in the machine, and just swap them over. Make sure you've always got one on charge basically, and you won't have any trouble with that. Now in terms of the attachments which I've got over here, you do have some different options. So you do have the rotary attachment if you want to use it as a rotary, and then you also have the dual action attachments which have different throws. So I will pop it on screen if I'm wrong about the numbers, but this is a 12mm and this is a 3mm throw. Most of the time I've just been using the 12mm and that's been perfectly fine for me. I've not had any issues with it stalling out or any problems. I've been able to put a decent bit of pressure down with it and it's been totally fine, so really liking the use of that. Then you also get 3 backing plates, so you get the 1-inch, 2-inch and 3-inch. Again, most of the time I'm using the 3-inch pad. You can use obviously the smaller ones if you've got some smaller areas to deal with, but most of the time a 3-inch is probably going to be fine. You also get some pads included, so you get 3 foam and 3 microfiber. These are the 3-inch pads. Obviously it would be nice if you got a 2-inch and a 1-inch alternative, but appreciate that it's already coming with 6 pads, so you can purchase these separately if you want to. And then also you do get the cone attachment. That is really, really handy. So again, you get it in the 3 different grades, so heavy, fine and medium cut. The cone is great basically for getting into those tricky areas, so behind door handles in particular, or polishing grills and stuff like that. This is really, really handy and it's made quite a big difference to me having that attachment. Now, you do also get these couple of attachments here. So basically this is an extension bar. So you can pop it into one of the backing plates. So it goes on this one here, which is a 2-inch. And I'll also check, I'm pretty sure it goes on the 1-inch as well. Yeah, it does. It doesn't go on the 3-inch, so you're probably not going to need an extension bar for that. And then also you get the one for the cone attachment, which you're definitely going to need. So for this, you basically just screw it in. And then to actually set the polisher up itself, it's all pretty easy. It's basically, this is kind of a sort of quick release system. So I'll go for the 12mm throw here, pop it in, and then you can just pop your backing plate on. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky to make sure you're actually getting it in. And then yeah, once that's on, that's totally fine. And then you can obviously just pop it off. And then you do also have your spanners here, so you can get these off. So in terms of the actual design of the polisher itself, it's not too heavy. It does have a decent bit of weight to it, but it's not anything that's going to cause you any trouble. You can use this one-handed as long as you've got it under control. But yeah, it's nice and easy to kind of hold. You do get your on and off switch at the front. This is not working at the moment, obviously, because I've not got my battery in, so don't worry about that. And then you have your speed selector here. So you get speeds 1 to 4, and you also get your battery indicator, but as I said, I don't know how much I really trust that. This has a decent bit of sort of click to it, feels fine. The whole machine does feel pretty solid. I don't really have any issues with the design of it. This bit doesn't stick out too much and cause me problems. It's fairly sort of streamlined, and yeah, I don't have any issues with the battery placement. That doesn't sort of hit the car. I'll pop that in so I can show you. But yeah, it doesn't kind of protrude out too far. It doesn't go past the backing plate, so that doesn't cause me any trouble either. Now it does come with this carry case, so all these pads come in little bags. You've got your little box for all the attachments, places for the battery and the charger, and then this does zip up nicely. It's not a proper sort of super hard shell, but it does have sort of some rigidity to it to give it a bit of protection. And it does feel pretty nice and solid, and obviously this kind of insert is really handy too. So this is going to really suit you basically if you have a machine polisher at the moment that just suits a 5-inch backing plate. So I usually use my Interdetailing DA15 for most of the work on the car, and then I'll use this when I need something obviously a bit smaller or I need the cone attachments, and it's really, really handy for that. And that combo works great for me. Now, if you basically have something that allows you to have 3-inch and 5-inch backing plates, of course you're not going to have as much need for this unless you're going to be using the 1 and 2-inch backing plates, or you're going to be wanting to use your cone attachments. The only other benefit as well is that it's battery powered. This makes a massive difference, and it's nice to be able to just grab it quickly and not have to worry about plugging it in, having that cord over your shoulder and worrying about it hitting the car. Having it battery powered is really nice. So I've used this for quite a few situations. One of the main ones is for polishing gloss black pillars. Makes a massive difference on those, really, really handy for that. In terms of the combination I like to use, I generally go with the foam pads, and I'll go with the green to start with for that heavy cutting. And I'll usually pair that up with something like Koshemi H9OT, and then I'll go with their Ultra Cut on the orange pad to finish that off, and that combo seems to work really well. I am going to pop links to places you can find this in the description as well. Obviously deals and prices change, so there's going to be a few different places in there, so you can try and shop around and find the best deal, and all those links are going to be there. So if you have enjoyed this video and found it helpful, it'd be brilliant if you could drop it a like, and thanks for watching.